You know why the infection rate in Singapore is getting so high? Really so high? This is because Singapore is too open and too loose. If you are too open, you get the virus. As simple as that. The logic is the same as having sex. We are too open with other men and women. We are having condoms. You will get HIV easily. Get it? But if Singapore closes its borders and activities, your life will be damn stuck. That's the problem that the Singapore government is facing. If you open, you see the infected cases soar. But if you close, the Singapore economy will definitely slip. Just imagine if Singapore were to close its border, what would it become? No trade, no tourism, no entertainment, no dining, and no foreigners coming in, and then this will only lead to high unemployment and more suicide cases. Moreover, Singapore's economy is heavily dependent on tourism and international trade. Singapore even has to open to ractopamine pork, which is banned in 160 countries. This is why our government has a big headache, and the only way is hoping that they could persuade us to take many doses of vaccines as possible so that things can resume to normal, although in the end, we are seeing the situation getting worse. It's a big challenge in Singapore to maintain the economy while at the same time to curb the virus down. It's like you want money or you want life where someone wants to rob you. Money or life, huh? So this is what we are facing right now. Moreover, if Singapore is going to have a lockdown just to curb the virus, many Singaporeans will really go crazy and they will do all kinds of stupid things, like taking photos of people not wearing masks or even do some perverted things. Also, the reason that Singapore government wants us to take the vaccine is hoping that the people who are infected will lighten the healthcare burden. In this case, the government is telling us to quarantine ourselves at home if we are sick instead of going to hospitals. However, the plan could only worsen the situation because we may not know how serious the virus is in our bodies and will only give us high anxieties. And right now, we are seeing infected old people suffering or dying at home even though they are vaccinated. Besides, unless we have a very big house to stay in, how are we going to quarantine ourselves without infecting others? Most of us are staying in small apartments, squeezing with our families together in a small space. Thus, daily contact with anyone is really unavoidable. We could easily infect our families if we stay at home. We could easily spread to others we walk past, and some of us are even too lazy to stay escalators or stairs but always want to be in a box to go up and down. So how do we expect Singapore to recover from the virus easily? Unlike many other countries, they can stay in some non-urban places to breathe all the fresh air they want. Virus-free air. In Singapore, we can't even see the star in the sky. This is why our government is so desperate, banging hard on vaccination. So, how can Singapore not easily be infected with the virus unless Singaporeans are willing to take the pains to give out what they are enjoying now? Entertainment, travels, eating in restaurants, business, socializing, and even jobs. Are Singaporeans ready to see the economy crash and give up whatever they have? It's either the virus crisis or the economic crisis we have to face. Therefore, don't you think our ministers are having this kind of big headache right now? When the infection rate goes up, Singaporeans complain. And when the economy goes down, they also complain. LPPL, right?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Stay tuned for more to come.